Is Britain quietly edging back toward the European Union? Not with a grand speech or a treaty of re-entry, but with a handshake, a summit, and a jigsaw puzzle piece that just happens to fit. In May 2025, UK Prime Minister Keir Starmer and top EU officials met at London's Lancaster House to sign what many are calling a reset in UK-EU relations. But what's really in the deal? And does it signal a deeper shift, maybe even a quiet return to the European fold? Let's unpack what both sides wanted, what they got, and what it means for Europe's future. Starmer's government entered talks with three key goals: a veterinary agreement to ease trade in food and animal products, mutual recognition of professional qualifications, a new security and foreign policy pact. The biggest win? The UK got that veterinary deal, cutting red tape for exports like sausages and shellfish. The government says it could bring in up to £9 billion by 2040. But sovereignty critics weren't impressed. Former PM Boris Johnson accused Starmer of allowing Britain's seas to be plundered. And while the security pact was agreed in principle, the UK got nothing on professional qualifications. That's a big blow for British service providers. On the other side, the EU pushed for a youth mobility scheme, something like a mini Erasmus, extended fishing access beyond 2026. On fishing, Brussels won. EU boats will now operate in UK waters until 2038. On youth mobility? Not yet. Talks continue, but the UK remains hesitant to open that door too widely. There's no timeline, no Erasmus, and no broad visa access. One of the most important outcomes, though underplayed in the press, is the UK-EU Security and Defence Pact. The UK will now attend biannual summits with the EU on strategic issues. It may even gain access to Europe's $150 billion SAFE fund for defence projects. Some critics say this undermines NATO. Others argue it complements it, especially with a second Trump presidency pulling the US inward. Either way, Europe's security landscape just changed. This deal is about more than sausages and summits. It's about economic realism. It's about reducing friction on Northern Ireland borders. It's about electricity market integration, energy bills, and even carbon trading alignment. It's not about rejoining the club, but it is about sitting down at the table again. The political response? Predictable but loud. Tories call it a betrayal. Reform UK calls it a surrender summit. Labour says it's just practical. And most voters? They seem to welcome any move that makes trade easier, energy cheaper, and diplomacy calmer. For the EU, this is less about Britain and more about Brussels. It shows the bloc can be flexible, strategic, cooperative, even with countries outside the club. It's a message to Ukraine, to Norway, to Switzerland, and to Washington. In a world of transactional diplomacy, the EU is recalibrating its alliances. No, the UK is not coming back to the EU. Not yet. But it is moving, step by cautious step, from managed divergence to structured interdependence. And in an era of geopolitical instability, that may be the most European choice of all. If you found this analysis helpful, make sure to like the video. Western Relations covers Europe's role in global affairs, boldly, critically, and with a transatlantic lens. Subscribe to the channel and tap the bell for more insight on diplomacy, trade, and strategy. Thanks for watching.